Have you ever asked yourself, why even though you tell yourself that you have something to do, but you don't do it? Why even though you say something is important for you, but you don't act on it, you don't do it, right? So this side business you have to do, never do it. This book you have to read, you never read it. So why does that happen? A lot of people might say this is due of a lack of discipline, but it's more than that. Okay, it's not only discipline, but it's more than that. It's what we call habit. Okay, so today we are going to talk here about how habit is formed. Okay, and how to identify the one that you currently have, and how to change the one that are not serving you towards your goal. Okay, so since we are talking about habit, like always, we're gonna start with the brain, okay? Because this is where habit is for. So now design a brain. Now design a brain here. Last time I thought I designed a better brain, but anyway. So we're gonna design a brain. Like always, we're gonna divide the brain. We're gonna call that the subconscious mind, and we're gonna call that the conscious mind. And today, for the purpose of the video, we're gonna work with one part of your subconscious mind, which is the mammalian brain. So it's called the mammalian brain, and we're gonna use one part here. It's called the prefrontal cortex. Okay. Now, first thing that you have to know: how does a habit is formed? Whenever you're facing an event in your life, in a circumstance, so your brain, particularly your prefrontal cortex, is what decide what to do whenever the situation is new. Okay? When the situation is not new, this part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, is what decide which way to go, which action to take. Now, since we are talking here about how an habit is formed, let's assume that you have the event A happening in your life. So this is you, and this is the event A. Okay, let's consider that event A is a problem. So you have to find a solution. So your brain, your prefrontal cortex, is gonna use all this information that you have, all these past experiences that you have, to come up with a solution for you to solve the problem A. Okay, so let me take an example here. Let's see that you're trying to uh so you go into a dark room, okay, and you can't see. So you're trying to see a way to come up with a solution so you can have certain light so you can see. Okay, so your brain, this part of the brain, is what going to analyze based on your past experiences, based on your learned knowledge, to come up with a solution. Okay, and then the solution, if the solution work, you're gonna have what they call the reward. And one of the primary reward that the brain have is the dopamine. Okay, so the release of dopamine, this is how the brain recognize that a solution is good, a solution is pleasurable, a solution is useful. So whenever you do a certain thing, and the brain interpret that as something useful, has something good, so it release dopamine. Okay, so with this release of dopamine, the brain is going to store the brain is going to save this solution for next time. So whenever you're presented again with this problem A, the brain automatically will use this solution. Okay, so why does the brain do that? Okay, you might ask yourself, why does my brain do not analyze again the same information? The brain does that so the brain can save what we call cognitive energy. Okay, so your brain always try to save cognitive energy. So that's the reason every time that you do something and the solution or the thing that you do is useful, is good, it's pleasurable, so the brain save it. Okay, and you're gonna have this tendency of doing it more. Now let's say that the solution you've come up with for the problem A didn't solve the problem A. Okay, so the solution didn't solve the problem A. Okay, what does your brain does here? The prefrontal cortex is do what we called a learning process. So your brain automatically learn that this solution cannot be applied to this problem A. Okay, and you're gonna have this tendency of not doing or of not using this solution again. Okay, so whenever you come up with a good solution, whenever you come up with a good thing, the brain interpret that as a good solution, a useful solution that can keep you alive, that can make your life better, and that can help you. Okay, now there is a process to that. Okay, and this process is clearly mentioned and explained on the book called Atomic Habit. Okay, so you can go on Amazon. I think I'm gonna put a link in the description. I'm gonna see if I can find a link so I can put it here on the description. So you can go ahead and buy this book from James Clear. James Clear, and I'm sure that a lot of you heard of it before. So it's called Atomic Habit, and this is where he explained the whole process on how a habit is formed. Now, for this purpose of the video, I'm gonna show you very quickly, very simplified on how the habit is changed, what are the steps involved, and you can change it. So, and I just erase this thing. Perfect. Clean. All right. Habit. A habit, it's formed with these three steps. So the first one, we have the cue. The cue is like something that uh that help you remember, or that helps the brain remember that a certain type of action must be made. Okay, the cue. The cue can be the smell of something. The cue can be an environment. The cue can be the voice of someone. Okay, so these are external cues. So the cue are divided. So we have external cue and internal cue. Okay, internal cue. So, like I said, the cue is the first step on how a habit is formed. Now, a cue can be external or internal. So, an external cue, like I said, can be the smell of something, a place, an environment, the voice of someone, something that you see, something that you hear, something that you can perceive with your five senses. Five senses. Okay? Now you might be asking, what are some internal cues? So, like you might guess, these are emotional feeling. Okay, so it can be stress, it can be joy, it can be anxiety. Okay, anything that you feel internally can also be a cue Okay, so what is a cue? A cue is something either externally or internally that tells your brain that a certain type of action must be made. Okay, so that's the cue. The second part is the action. Okay, now on the book, James Clear divided that into things. So we have the craving and we have the action itself. Okay, so the craving is this motivation that you feel to take a certain type of action. Is this motivation? Okay, so this hunger that you feel is the craving, and then the last one is the reward. The reward is the release of dopamine. Okay, so the reward is the release of dopamine. Okay, so on the craving part, this is where your brain anticipate that a certain reward can be received from taking a particular type of action. Okay, so that's the reward. Now, how to change a habit. So this is how an habit is formed. You have the cue that can be external or internal. You have the action you take with the craving, and you have the reward. That's the process. Okay. Now, uh, the habit that you have, some of them you cannot identify the cue. Okay. So what push you or what motivates you to take a certain type of action? So this is the cue. Most likely, you can identify the cue. Okay. You can say, oh, every time I smell this coffee thing, I have this hunger of drinking coffee. Or every time I hear this voice, I remember or I do certain type of action. So these are cue, but most likely we can identify them. But sometimes they are on your unconscious mind, and you cannot identify them. Okay? And whenever you cannot identify them, you cannot know what pushes you to take a certain particular type of action. Okay? So it's very important for you to identify the cue in order for you to change the action and change and have the reward. So I'm gonna walk you through. I'm gonna walk you through a process that's gonna make it easier for you to change your habit. Okay? We have the be, we have the do, and we have the have. Okay? The be is your identity. Identity. So the identity is your belief. Okay, it can be the belief about yourself. It can be the belief about your environment. Now, there are some ways to form this new belief, and I made a video about it. I thought my last video it's about belief, how to form, how belief is formed, and how to change it. I'm gonna put the like on at the top here. I'm gonna put the like at the top. I don't know this to this side, no, but you're gonna see how to form new belief. So the B is your identity. The do is the action you take to confirm this identity. And the have is the results you get from that action. The B is your identity, is who you are, who you believe you are, what you believe the word is, and what you believe the person around you are. So this is the identity, your belief. This belief drives you to take any type of action to confirm the identity. I'm going to give you an example later on. And then the results is what you get from the action ticket. Okay? Now, to change, I'm going to tell you something very important. To change your identity, you need time. So anytime that you're trying to change your belief, Anytime that you're trying to change who you are, you need path. And anytime that you're trying to take any particular type of action, you need space. And the results, this is the mallet. Okay, this is where you get your results from. Okay, so I'm gonna give you an example here on how these are related. So that's the answer of the questions I asked earlier in this video. Why, even though you tell yourself you're gonna do something and you don't do it, okay? Even though you say, okay, this is very important, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna open this business. I'm gonna read this book, okay? I'm gonna create this YouTube channel. I'm gonna do something, and you don't do it. The reason that the primary reason that you don't do it is because of your identity. Your identity is not congruent with your action. And I'm gonna put it here. This is called cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is whenever what you believe is not congruent with the action that you're taking. Okay? And this is used very often in marketing. If if uh if you're seeing ads, okay, or a marketing campaign, and they say, for example, patriots use a perfume called, I don't know, Pota. Okay? Now, on the ads that you're seeing, it says Patriot use Pota. So if you believe yourself to be a patriot, what do you think will happen if you don't purchase this product? You're gonna feel bad. Why we're gonna feel bad? Because the belief always overcome the action. Okay? So that's the reason you cannot take any action, because your belief is not you don't have the same belief as the action you want to take. Okay, so your belief are not congruent with the action you want, and this is why Neville Goddard say that you must act as if the wish were already fulfilled. Now I'm gonna give you the example I told you I'm gonna give you earlier. Let me just raise some part here. And I raise some part here, and I raise some part here. Jesus, what a good voice, huh? All right. Let's say that you have a goal. Go, please. Jesus Christ. All right. Let's say that you have a goal of reading 10 books a week. Okay. So that's your goal. So you have this goal of reading 10 books a week. Now, the reason that you might not find the motivation to keep you doing this week to read these 10 books is because you don't identify yourself as a reader. That's the reason it is said that the goal of reading one book is to be a reader. Okay? So the goal, you should not base your life on goals only. Goals are direction. Okay? Goals are what tells you where to go. Okay? But your life should be based on the process. Okay? That's the reason whenever you have this goal of reading 10 books a week, identify yourself as a reader. Okay? And that gotta keep you motivated. If you want to be healthy, and you say, okay, I'm gonna make this diet, most likely not gonna do it. Why? Because you are trying to make this diet so it can be healthy. It doesn't work that way. You must identify yourself first. Remember this formula earlier. Be, do, path. Okay? First thing you have to do is identify yourself as a healthy person. So whenever you identify yourself as a healthy person, whenever you have a certain event A, you have to ask yourself, what would what would a healthy person will do here? Okay, so what will a healthy person will do here? What will a rich person will do in this situation? Okay, so what will a poor person do in the situation? You must ask yourself this question so you can confirm the identity, so you can take in yourself the identity, so you can do the action. If not, you gotta take action only when you find certain boost of motivation after watching a YouTube video or after a friend uh discuss with you about your future and you find this boost of motivation. But it's not gonna keep you forever. What gonna keep you to do the thing forever without forcing yourself is the identity. Okay? If you believe that deeply, believe me, if you believe that deeply, you're gonna take the actions with no forcing. Okay? So first assume the identity and then you take the action so you can have the thing. Because James Clear said that the thing that you're looking for, the material thing that you're looking for, they are byproduct of your habit. Okay, so what is the result of your habit? The result of your habit is what you have right now. Whatever thing you have right now, any material thing that you have right now, your relationship, your health, your financial life, all of these are the results of your current habit. Okay, and you do this thing every day, and that's the reason you have this particular type of results that you have in your life right now. Okay, whenever it's in your financial life, relationship, and all of it. Okay, so the thing that you're looking for, this $1 million that you're looking for, this healthy body that you're looking for, this quantity of sales that you're trying to make, they are gonna come from your habit, your day-to-day stuff. Okay, that's the reason you must change your habit. But for you to change your habit and keep with them, like stick with them, stay with them, you must assume the identity. And how do you assume the identity? By changing your mindset, by changing your belief. This is why I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna post this video here on how to change belief. Okay, the last video I made on how to change your belief. So you can assume the belief that are valuable to you, that gonna use you, that gonna be useful for you to go where you wanna go. Okay, because the goal, even though the goal is to make $1 million, if you're not doing the thing that can help you make this, or if you do not have the habits for which $1 million is a byproduct, it's very difficult for you to stick in the process. Okay? So identify yourself. Take the identity. I'm a healthy person. Don't just say it, because most people just say it. Don't just say it. You live it. I'm a healthy person. Okay? I'm an organized person. Then you just believe it and you act as one. Don't just say it or write it somewhere, because a lot of people does that. And if I'm saying I'm an organized person and I cannot act a way that can confirm my identity, I'm lying to myself. Okay, so if you're saying that you're a healthy person or you have a goal to be healthy, and you're not assuming this identity that you're a healthy person, therefore your act should reflect that. You're lying to yourself. Okay, you're trying to make more sales, you're trying to get more client, but you don't do the thing. You must do the thing. And for you to do the thing, you must be the person. So that way you can stick on doing the thing without giving up. Thank you very much.